How should you eat pizza if you wanted to maximize your enjoyment of it? As an economics major, I think I know how. So in this video, I'm going to try and convince you that you should always leave the crusts until the very end when you are eating pizza to maximize your enjoyment of that pizza. But it would be good to have a pizza in front of me to show you as we go along. So I'm going to head over to Pizza Culture in Calgary, Alberta, which was recently named the #1 pizzeria in Canada by Top 50 Pizza. There are 3 factors that make the crust last strategy the best one. But if these 3 factors do not apply to you, then neither does the strategy and you can move on to the next video. Number 1 is that hunger heightens flavor. The philosopher Socrates said that hunger is the best seasoning because he knew that what matters is not what you eat or how you eat it, but rather how hungry you are when you first eat it. That is why the first bite of a pizza always tastes better than the last bite. You're just not as hungry at the end as you are at the beginning. The second factor is that warm pizza beats cold pizza. The best pizzas are the ones that come right out of the oven. They're hot, the mozzarella is still gooey, the tomato sauce is still bubbling, the seasoning is still singing, everything is going well. But as you let the pizza sit on the table, things get cooler. The mozzarella starts to harden, the tomato starts to die down and get boring, and the seasonings start to become muted. The pizza itself just loses that vibrance that it once had right out of the oven. Number 3, and this is more of an obvious assumption, is that the center of the pizza with the toppings tastes better than the crust. Right? If you were to prefer the crust to the toppings or the center, or if you thought that they were equally valuable, then it would be irrational for you to buy pizzas. You may as well just buy naan or pita bread and eat that. Now that we've established those factors, we can move on to our conclusion, which is that you should always leave the crusts of the pizza until the very end if you want to maximize your enjoyment of that pizza. Hunger and heat are like seasonings that you only have for the first 5 minutes of your meal, which roughly is equal to the first 20 out of a total of 60 bites of your pizza. Once those first 5 minutes are gone, the hunger and the heat dissipate and you're left with regular pizza. So you need to prioritize which bites of the pizza get the extra booster effect of the hunger and the heat. If we wanted to show this mathematically, we have to think of some arbitrary values to assign to the center and to the crust in terms of how much enjoyment each one will get. For the purposes of this video, we'll just say that a bite of the center gives you 2 enjoyment points, whereas a bite of the crust gives you 1 enjoyment point. But as long as the center is going to give you more enjoyment points than the crust, then this holds true. Always eat the crusts at the very end. Now, one counter argument to this is that you should always eat the thing that you like the least first so that it is bearable, so that when you reach the best part, you can enjoy that knowing that you put in your work and you've done the effort to deserve that better part. You can compare that with eating a salad when you don't like salad. Eat that salad first so that you can enjoy the steak and potatoes later on and not have to feel guilty about it. I don't think that that applies to our pizza situation for 2 reasons. One is that if you leave the crusts until the very end, then you can enjoy them with a sauce or with olive oil or with chili oil and make that its own delicious side. You shouldn't have to suffer in order to enjoy. You should be able to enjoy the entire thing completely, and that applies to pizza. And the second reason why that doesn't hold up is because it doesn't make sense to inflict suffering on yourself when you can be inflicting enjoyment on yourself. Like, why would you do that to yourself? You're an adult. You should do things that maximize your own enjoyment, and stuffing crust down because you feel bad about the fact that it can be dry and not as enjoyable does not make sense. do yourself a favor, get some sauce or some olive oil and eat your pizza with both of them. This was a video that exemplified the economic way of looking at things. Economics is the study of how human beings make decisions with scarce resources. In our situation, the scarce resources were the bites that we had of the pizza, the heat and hunger seasonings that were applied to the beginning bites, and how best you can maximize your enjoyment points, which economics would call utility, when you have those two scarce resources that you have to deal with. And I hope that this convinced you that you should apply the heat and hunger seasoning to your beginning bites, and that those beginning bites should always be the center of the pizza rather than the crust. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. If you disagree, if you think that there are factors that I haven't considered yet, please write them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by commenting as well. I love to read comments and to hear from other people's points of view. Have a great day.